night. I'm just headed to the gym for a leg day right now. I am feeling pretty beat down. My body's pretty sore, but doesn't give me an excuse to not go. It just means that I have to try to do a bit more recovery work while I'm there and through the rest of my day, just like you should be. If you're feeling sore, just maybe pull back on the weight that you're lifting and just kind of do a little bit more mobility stuff, as well as maybe if you have access to a sauna and a hot tub, or potentially a massage or whatever you can to make your body just feel better. We don't always have to be pushing it 100%. As much as we might feel that way, it doesn't mean it's the truth. I just want you to know that like I'm speaking to myself a lot of the time when I do these videos, in the sense of like I went through a lot of difficulty when I was in my 20s. I was an addict at one point. I ended up homeless for a little while, and I think all of those things are what have allowed me to get to a point where I feel confident, in the sense of I have a lot to offer people, and I have a lot of knowledge in terms of the gym to offer people. So maybe I'm not like an Alex Eubank or a Jeff Nippert or any of those kind of guys, but what I am is me, and I just want to relate to other people who have faced similar things to me. So like people who've been bullied, or people who are extremely overweight, or addicts, or if you're ever at any point homeless in your life or struggling, I want you to know that I'm talking to you. And I also want you to know that even if you are on the streets at this very moment, doesn't mean it's always going to be the case. And it's very possible that you be going through that is actually going to be the thing that makes you who you were always meant to be, you know? Like, I would never have dreamt when I was growing up that I would be in the shape that I'm in right now, or I would learn how to be better socially with people, or even ever feel confident in myself. But I'm finally at this place where, through all the difficulties, I've been able to learn exactly who I am, exactly who I want in my life, and exactly what I want out of my life. And I want you to know that that's possible for you too. I know this is typically just meant to be like me talking about the gym, but this stuff is just as important as the actual lifting itself, you know? Like the mental health aspect of all this stuff is just as, if not more important than the actual physical. So sure, I could talk to you all day about just like proper technique in doing a bench press, or like squats, or any sort of exercise, which I'm sure will be helpful for some, but for me, I want to talk to those who maybe need someone in their life mentally. You know, someone that can tell them that everything's going to be okay, and if you just keep being yourself and keep striving for more, that one day you're going to look back and wonder like, how did I get here? How did this actually happen? Like, I don't I don't know where this came from, but just know that you putting one little step, one little foot in front of the other every day is eventually going to take you to places that you never dreamt possible. I'm still nowhere close to where I want to be, but I'm in a place where I can finally talk to people, finally show them that if you can start where I started and be making something of yourself, then anybody can, dude. I'm not some special person. I'm just a guy that's lucky enough to have people in his life that love him. A guy that has a house over his, or a roof over his head, a dog that is always there, and just friends that want to see the best for me just like I want to see for them. If you have no one telling you this, you are loved, you're worthy of love, you're worthy of greatness, and just put one foot in front of the other and you'd be so surprised what can come from it.
So. I haven't changed it though when you're on there.
So going into this lift, I was definitely feeling quite sore today, but obviously I got through it. I'm feeling a lot better now. I was able to go in the hot tub and the sauna and just kind of relax after, have a bit of a stretch, and just hang out with a couple of buddies at the gym. It was definitely a good day considering how I felt on my way to the gym. Just about to head home right now, have some food, just fuel the old body after a good lift. I always have 2 stuffed peppers with some bread directly after my lift. I like to get as balanced of a meal as possible. And for me, that's the easiest to do with stuffed peppers. I've been eating them for like 4 years now, every day more or less. Obviously sometimes you get bored with certain foods, but I don't mind it. I mean, the good thing about intermittent fasting is being my first meal is always after the gym. I am so hungry that no matter what you eat, it's going to taste good. So I do find, though, that during intermittent fasting, it's a lot easier to control how many calories go into my body, because if you start eating at, right now it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you can only fit so much food in before you go to bed. Like, your stomach can only get so big, right? In terms of the actual lift, it was a very glute-centric day. I'd say the hardest part of the whole thing was probably the actual, what do you call it? The rope ab crunch. My coach has me doing it as 4 sets of 10 to 15 with partials, which if you've ever done that, if you've never done that on abs, I don't recommend it. It's terrible. You feel like you're gonna puke after, but at the same time, I'm gonna do whatever I need to actually get to having that pro card, getting on a pro stage. So I'll do whatever I'm told. I'll eat it however I have to. I will sacrifice whatever is needed to get to where I want to go, you know. I want to get from where I started to where I'm headed, so I can show you guys that anything is possible and you can do whatever you put your mind to. You don't have to limit yourself because this reason, that reason, or the other reason. All you have to limit yourself on is whatever you tell you. So get out there, have a good day, and know that a lot more people love you than what you believe.